Hello, so today I'm going to talk to you about a book called Uglies by Scott Westerfeld. It's a dystopian novel in a trilogy, Uglies, Pretties, then Specials. So this book, it is about this dystopia world where until you are 16 you are considered ugly, and when you're 16 you have a cosmetic surgery to morph you into someone pretty. It follows the story of a girl named Tally Youngblood who is about to turn 16, and her best friend Paris is already in New Pretty Town. New Pretty Town is where all the pretties live, and the uglies live in Uglyville. So he's already in New Pretty Town, and basically your only job as a pretty is to have fun and party. So he's over there, and Tally is getting lonesome and waiting for her surgery. She's excited for it so she can finally be reunited with Paris. And she meets a girl named Shay, and Shay is a rebellious young girl, and they're born on the exact same day, so they become best friends in that short time period. So Shay all of a sudden runs away, and she tries to convince Tally, but she runs away to outside, I guess you could say the wilds, outside of the towns, and doesn't want the surgery. So Tally is and the specials come to her, and she's faced with a decision to either turn in her best friend Shay or never become pretty. So, yeah. That's all in the back of the book, so yeah. So I'm going to tell you the pros and cons about it. I guess I will do a video about how I organize my books later, but I keep all the books that I've read in this book, and I write like a whole page about them. So, okay, pros is that it's awesome, it's fun, and there's this is where the best thing about this book is the unexpected twist, and how all the turn of events and everything, and how a switch of character happens in the book. There's tons of suspense and a huge cliffhanger that I really want to read Pretties because of that. That's probably the only reason why. The con I put about it is that, just one big fat one, is that it took forever to actually begin and get good. And also, I'm not a fan of having second person point of view with like she, they, he. I don't know if you read my Legend review, but I don't like it because, I don't know, it feels less personal than it does with just say I, me, my. So that's how this book is written. But I wouldn't deny anyone to read this. I just would say to read another book first. Oh yeah, so let me kind of talk about the good and act all fangirl about it now. So, when you think about it, it's just like it's like a dystopian world with all electronics and everything, and I might spill some spoilers here, so if you haven't read the book, stop now. So, there's these, in the hoverboards, you just think that it's so cool, and you want a hoverboard too, and it seems like more scientifically right, how Scott Westerfeld describes it as like, oh, the magnetic forces and everything, like it just seems right.
I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid.
So you think you can imagine that, oh, I could have a hoverboard in 10 years, you know. I was thinking that, and I was ultimately thinking like, a whole new world.
A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view.
Or that, I was thinking like she was on ALADDIN on a magic carpet the whole time. I mean, isn't that basically what a hoverboard is? Just a flying surface. So then, weren't you like all shocked when she was like, no, let me have the surgery, then I'll have the pill and reverse it. Weren't you like, oh my gosh, Tally? Like, I was like that the whole time, and I was like, I couldn't believe how she changed so much since the beginning, because in the beginning she was like, I flat out hate uglies, I don't want to be ugly, and now then she was like, I want to be an ugly, I'm just going to get the pretty surgery to reverse it and save my friend, instead of being so self-centered about it. So, yeah, and then, don't you love the, what's his name? David, yeah. The whole time, it seems like how a lot of young adult people, they go for the whole instructor or teacher or helper turns into boyfriend kind of thing. Like, they have four instructor, Tris. And then, in Incarnate, you have Dawson, teacher for the rest of her lifetime in piano. And now you have this. So, that's what I was thinking the whole time, how he's kind of like her guide into the, I'm just going to call them wilds, or no, the range, right? Well, it's not called range. What is it called? The smoke. Into the smoke. That's what it's called. The range is from Incarnate. So yeah, and I want to know what you think also about this whole book and how it is, but it's a cool dystopia because my English teacher told me about it, and I thought it would be really good because she was like, oh, you like dystopia, like the Hunger Games, you should read this. So I read it, and I know it came out in 2005, so I was pumped up for it, but it took me a while. In the beginning, the first 100 pages was so long, so boring, it took forever to actually get to the point. It was on page 101 where it actually started getting good. So when you're reading the book, just endure, just keep reading. Think that Cantor 7789 told me that it'd be okay in the end, just forget the bad part. So, I was like really upset when I saw Shay as pretty. I'm like, I was so upset when I saw Shay as pretty, because it was a shocker for me. I thought they'd just hold her or kill her. I'd much rather like her being killed, because it's less painful, and it's less painful for Tally to watch, and it could be like, Tally, this could be you, but instead of saving your friend, you turn her into it, and to the thing you averted to be in the end. I don't know if that makes sense, but do not leave spoilers in this video, please. I mean like, I don't care, you could talk all you want about Uglies, but do not leave spoilers about pretties or specials. I've already had most of it spoiled for me, and I don't feel like getting more spoiled. Thank you. So, if you want to recommend any other books, I guess, dystopia, I'm hoping you could tell me them on the bottom. I'd much appreciate it. So, bye.